All right, welcome back to another episode of our Riverbend Springs series where we're trying to use everything new to me, new equipment, new productions, animals, everything that I have never, kind of worked with and stuff in the past on all my playthroughs. So right now, as you're seeing on the screen, we're trying to rush through and get all of the fields seeded and rolled with the grass before the end of the day. So it's already pretty late at night. As you see, we're working the fields in the dead of night, but we got to get this done by midnight and everything. So I'm going to let that run through. I'm going to let that play and get us finished up with that, and then we'll pick back up when this is finished. So I'll see you here in a minute. All right.
Keep running faster and faster. I don't know where we're after, yeah. We keep every disaster. I'm thinking that they're after. I wanna dance with you till the end of the night. I wanna dance with you for the rest of my life.
All right, so we just got the last field done, rolled, and everything. So let's go in here to vehicles. Let's go down. This we can return, and this roller we can return. And of course, it always saves, man. All right, let me just double check, make sure we don't have any other rented stuff. I don't think so. I don't want to get charged for extra rental, payments and stuff going into the next month. But if we look up here on the map, so now all 4 fields, they're done. They've been plowed, limed, planted with grass, and fertilized at the same time and rolled. So they're about as good as they're gonna get. And I think we can finally end this day. This has been the busiest day / month in Farming Sim 25 I think I have ever had. From getting the new farm, harvesting, the canola and the wheat that was on the field, prepping all the fields, deciding what we were going to do with them, replanting them, running this late into the night, and then getting the our equipment how we want it and stuff, and putting in some requests to try and find some used equipment and stuff that we're looking for, to getting some animals, getting some new animals, getting that set up, getting rid of some old buildings and getting the farm kind of a little more organized. Like, this day has been a lot, but it's been good, it's been good. Like, doing all this extra work and everything like that, I don't know, you just feel good at the end of the day. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next month. We even got some contracts done. I forgot about that. Man, we have done a lot. I don't know that every day will be that chaotic, but that first day was something. Okay, we got a couple things on special here. I wonder if they have not found the tractor we requested them to look for, or the trailer. There's this nice International, though. a little tipper. Fox body. With the flatbed, that could be nice to, like, and then we could eventually toss a trailer on the back and stuff. That could be really good to start moving some of our stuff around, like eggs when the chickens start. That's the first thing. I just remember that. First thing in the morning, we have to check on the chickens and their feed. Because, you know what? I need to take the tractor over because I'm going to need to dump it out of that trailer, the wheat. Because the chickens have such a small feed trough and everything. So, first thing every morning until we get an upgraded, larger barn for them or whatever, we have got to check on their feed. So, I'll look here. Actually, we can go into the menu here. Okay. The cows are good. They still have max food and almost max water. So we can leave them alone. But the chickens. Oh, look at God. That thing was full when we went to sleep and is down to 97 liters. Okay. Well, we definitely need to hook up to the truck or to the trailer here and give them some wheat. Man. Alright, go ahead and dump this in here. But yeah, until we get a bigger pen for them, a barn, a building, or something like that, we definitely need to, yeah, I forgot it's super tiny, man. 750 out of 750. Okay. We're definitely have to come over here and check them every morning. So, I need to check on the grass fields, and then we also need to look at the contract list to try and get some of that going in the background in the meantime to make sure we save up enough so we have money when and if they find our secondary tractor and our trailer. Let's see here. What else can we check on today? No, I'm not really sure because yesterday we got a lot done. Like, a lot. Okay, so we got our growth stage going here. Oh, I didn't put that back in there, that fertilizer pallet. Alright, I'll have to get to that in a second. But I want to check on this grass field. Okay, we're at growth stage 2 of 4. So if we look at the calendar here, it should keep growing. So October will be growth stage 3. We can harvest, but it won't be full yield. So we want to wait one more month till November, and it'll be at growth stage 4, which is its max, and we get the full yield out of it. So November is going to be a busy month because we're going to have to cut all 4 of our fields. We're going to have to swath them up and stuff and then bale them. And then I haven't decided. I think if we look at the size of each of these, this one is 1.8. This one's 1. This one's 0.6. And this one's 0.7. I think what we do is we take field 4 and 5 and maybe we turn those 2 into hay, and then field 2 and 3 we do silage possibly. Or we could just we can do all of them at silage because the silage is to feed the cows and to sell some extra to make some money. And hay and silage count for the same. Both are 80% effective for them. So there's no point in not just doing it all as silage, because then we also still have an extra bale that we bought yesterday. And did that other one? Yeah, and this one still hasn't even... They still haven't eaten all of this one here. How much is in... Okay, this bale still has 4,500 liters in it. And it's an 8,000 liter bale, right? Yeah. So there's still over half of this bale. Plus they have 11,000 in there. They haven't eaten, like, hardly anything, it looks like. So they're not going to need food for a while at least. Probably till springtime, maybe? I don't know how much more food. It seems they don't eat that much. So we can hold a couple of those silage bales back, and then we can sell off the majority of them, which will allow us to buy up the equipment we're gonna need. Because right now all we have is the mower. So we're gonna need a windrower, and then we're gonna need the baler wrapper combo, that John Deere, and that thing was like 112 new, and I haven't even looked at windrowers to see how much they're gonna be. But I do need to put this pallet back. Left this thing sitting out all night. Get out of the way, deer. Look at that little deer, just picking at the ground. Oh, we still have that straw in there. I don't know what we're gonna use that for, but we have it. Can always just sell that off or something. I think you can use it to supplement some of the what is it, like some of the TMR, like if to get the balance right between the silage and the hay. Oh, that's right. TMR, which is the most effective for these cows, that we're gonna need to get a specific trailer. Where is it? Or a mixer trailer? What category is that in? Animals. There it is. Forage mixers. So we're gonna have to get one of these. Okay, they're expensive, but they're not crazy. But to mix TMR, we need, if I remember looking at it, it's like a 60-40 silage hay mixture. And then you can throw some mineral feed or some straw in there to get your balances right or something like that. So we are going to need some hay at some point to make the TMR. Does that mean we'll need a tetherer to make the hay? But do I want to make hay yet? Because I don't even know if I want to start getting into TMR just yet. We'll have to think about that. And then come back to it. I want to look up some contracts before I forget while it's still early. Okay. So there's this bale wrapping one. Yup, let's do that one. What are we harvesting? Peas? Nah. No. I made that mistake before. Spraying wood trench. Okay, so not really much. It's still early in the day, but we can at the very least get this bale wrapping contract while we figure out what we're doing for the rest of the day. You know what's crazy? We had such a crazy first day that it took us all the way into the night to get everything done. Field 11. We can cut across this way, I think. Yeah, it took us until like, what was it, like 9, maybe 10 o'clock last night, I think, when we finished up. And then here we are the very next day, and there's essentially nothing to do. The cows are already fed and watered. The chickens, we fed them. Our fields, we used up all 4 fields just to grow grass and stuff. So they're just growing right now. We need to cut across here. Can we sneak around the outside of this field? I think we can. We're just going to the other side of this field here. Field 11 over there. It would have been nicer if there was a road like next to the railroad track that we could have just driven down. But we'll get over here. Alright. I'm going to knock out this contract, and I'm going to think about what we're going to do for the day, because everything's still so new. Like, the chickens aren't making eggs yet. The cows are still little baby calves, so they're not doing much. We don't have a lot of money, but we're trying to save that up to purchase the backup, the second tractor and a trailer when those pop up in the sale, if the dealership can find those that we searched for. And there's not too many contracts going on, so there's not really much to do today. You know, we could always... There were a couple trees around the property that, you know, I'd like to clear out. Just some, like, small ones to kind of just get out of the way. Maybe we'll see about... Yeah, but we don't even have a trailer to transport them or anything. I was thinking about maybe cut them down and then just go sell them off. But we don't even have a trailer to transport any of those trees. And I don't know that I want to spend the money to put down like a little small sawmill temporarily to maybe like chop them up and turn them into some planks or something, just to make a little extra income. I mean, they're really small trees. It's just like a few on the edge of like some of the driveways and corners and stuff on the property. It'd be nice. There's a couple around the edge of the field. It'd be nice to like kind of clear out. Maybe just like a handful. And they're all, like I said, like really small trees, so it's not like it's worth it to try and turn them into anything. It would be best to just like toss them in a trailer and drop them off wherever we get the best price for some wood. Maybe I'll just rent a cheap little trailer that can handle them. But I also need to go around the property and kind of like tag which ones that I want to get rid of. Or it could be worth just waiting until like they become an annoyance, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, this tree absolutely has to go, kind of thing. I don't know. I'm going to get in this job. I'm going to try and think of what we're going to do today. There's not really much to do. We're kind of just waiting out the grass to grow. So, alright, with that contract finished up, we can go ahead and collect that. Take another quick peek. It's called fertilizing contracts, but we have to pay for the fertilizer, which is unfortunate. Same thing with like the spraying. So let's head back here. There was a couple things I was thinking about checking on, and that's our stock checker here to see canola. The value shooting up. We're at just shy of 22,000 of a potential 25,000 max value. So that's going to be some nice income. And I don't think there's anything else. I mean, we have the straw sitting there, but I think that we're just going to leave that. It's not really worth selling the wheats for the chickens, and then fertilizer, seed, lime. That's the rest of that. So let's take a look at prices for canola and see where it's at. Okay, so apparently it's going to keep climbing. Well, see, if we look at the prices for the sell, it says 1,800, so we can get another 300 per. So, and we have, yeah, that would make sense. 300 per, we have about 11. So, yeah, that's where the difference is. So, looks like we're still waiting a couple more months for that to sell. And then I want to look at the land around us, because that's the one thing. When you plant all of your fields like the same crop, then your fields, there's nothing to do with them for the rest of the time while they grow. Like, you have no fields to work. And then especially when you're like me, I always plow my fields first, so then I don't have to deal with like the weeding, because, well, grass doesn't get weeds as far as I understand, but like some of your other crops and stuff like that, like this month would have been a month to run a weeder or a hoe or whatever through it, or spray them or whatever. But let's check out some of these properties around us and just kind of get an idea of the whole. Even this tiny thing is 108,000. Jeez. I wanted to just try to get an idea of the prices. 182, 225, 184, just to see how much we're going to need to save up to get some more land in 100K. So even the small stuff, it looks like, is about 100,000. Some more small ones around here. Oh, there's one for 50, but it's half a hectare acre. But, you know, I don't think it's worth the 50. I think you'd be better off saving that and putting it towards like some of these closer to the farm. I'd like to eventually get up enough to buy potentially, yeah, even that one, but like these right here, these kind of like 4, and this one, especially like 8 would be nice, and then 6, 7, and 9 here. So like these 4 specifically would be amazing, because we're gonna need to start growing some other stuff if these are gonna be like our grass fields for the animals. But unfortunately, we just don't have the money for it right now. Yeah, even this. There's a little sawmill, I think, here. But that's 218, because we could spend our time while the grass is growing and through the middle of the winter. Actually, let me visit this. I thought there was a sawmill here. Was there? Or is it just this barn? Okay, it's just this barn on this land. But we could put a sawmill here, and these are like some big trees. You know, this could be an option to keep us busy on our off months. Like the months where we can't do anything on our land because it's like just growing, or, you know, things like that, and the animals are taken care of. Once the animals start getting bigger, we're going to have more work to do. And once we start getting some more of them, and, you know, they're starting to produce their different stuff, like their milks and eggs and all that, you know, we'll have more to do. But I think this could be a really good option to kind of keep us busy in the meantime, is to like purchase this. We'd have to get quite a bit of money though. It's 218,000. We'd get rid of this little barn here on the top of this. Oops. Get rid of this little barn here and just put like a little sawmill. How much are the sawmills? And let's see. They're going to be under factories. Well, there's carpentry. No, I want sawmill. So here's one, 300,000. Here's another one that's 150,000. That's a paper factory. So there's 2. Is there any other ones? I think this is the one I typically see people use. Yeah. This $150,000 one. I see a lot of people using this one. I think there might be some smaller ones, but they're going to be super slow. Let's see here, sawmill. Yeah, like there's this one for 40,000, but it's tiny, so it probably wouldn't hold much wood or put out much work for us. So, and then, is there any other ones? It's like the same one, but with like a little shed on it. So there's a couple of those tiny ones. I wonder, would it be worth... I really didn't want to take out any loans, but at the same time, we do have the original starter loan of $100K. It would give us something to do. We'd need 218 for this and another 150 for the sawmill. We can buy a chainsaw, and then we'd need to get a winch, which I think is only like 7 or 8,000 or something like that, to drag the trees to the sawmill. So we need 370 plus a few little odd and end things like a chainsaw and a winch and stuff. So we're looking at, or we can get a log fork for the front of the front loader for the Challenger. So it's rounded up to what, 400. We could do it, and it would give us a lot to do. You know what? Let me know in the comments what you think. Drop a comment down below. I'll look at some of your guys' ideas. I really wanted to avoid the loans, just pay off the original starter one and, you know, keep going. But it's just, unfortunately, this early on, there's not a lot to do right now. Well, stuff's growing. Okay, this is way too slow in reverse. I'm not going to do 2 miles an hour around to the other side of the barn. But yeah, I think that would be a really good like filler activity, so to speak, and it would bring in some money. Wood products sell for good prices. I think I'm really leaning heavy into that idea to get us going. Yeah, because unfortunately there's just nothing else we got going on. Let's take a late nap, or let's take a nap wake up in the evening and see if any new contracts come up. But oh shit, why did I hit that? Well, I guess we're going to the next month. I meant to change the time just to take a nap into the afternoon. This is gonna be a long ass nap. So stupid sometimes. Oh, did they find our trailer? Oh no, they didn't. That's a different cramp trailer. Nope. Still no luck on our stuff. I can't believe I did that shit. I did not mean to sleep until the next day. I mean, I knew it was going to be a possibility because there wasn't much to do yesterday, but I did not. All right, well, let's go feed our chickens. First thing in the morning, bright and early. It's chicken feeding time. Oh. Stupid. All right. Back it up here. Let's find the trigger. Chicken trigger. Come on, chicken trigger. This is another thing that's really fucking annoying about this chicken coop. Come on. Is it? Wait. No way it's full. Let's check our animals. Okay. Cows still have water. Cows still have food. Chickens still have food. Okay, that's weird. Did they... It's definitely the next month because we started in August. Yesterday was September. That's weird. How did they not? Yeah. Wait. 2 months old. Yeah, because they start as 0 months. So 0, then 1, 2. Same thing with other cows. Okay, that's weird. But I guess that is what it is. Let's check the... Fuck. I just realized I don't have a trailer to transport our canola. Oh, it's almost there. It's about 2K off. It's getting there. Yeah, because this trailer's got all the wheat. I guess I could just dump it back into the silo for that. But let's look at our fields again. Yep, so they're at 3 at 4, so we got 1 more month for that. Let's look at some contracts and see if... Oh! Yo, I'm taking this. Accept contract, yes. Wood transfer stump. Okay, well, I know what we're doing for the day. Grabbing the plow and we're going. We're going to be out there all day. That is going to be one massive job. Okay. God, what? Okay. Why does 7 miles an hour feel so extra slow for some reason? Jeez. Okay. We're getting the plow. Oh my god. 22K to plow that field? Yes. Yes, please. All day, every day. I need that payday. Alright, where are we heading? I think that one was up north. Yeah. 24, top of the map. At least we have some good income coming in. That's going to be really nice. You know, I haven't seen anything pop up as to whether our search was completed yet. I mean, I put it in for 3 months. This is the 3rd month. Oh, I didn't make it. Oh, got the train. I thought I was going to be able to sneak through real quick. Okay, and then I'm backing up into this. Oh, God. And then I'm running. Take your hands off the controls. Okay? Just take your hands off the controls. Oh, man. Let's just drive in silence for a minute. Alright, I think that's going to end this one off here. We'll pick up fresh with starting this contract and everything tomorrow. If you like the video, remember to like the video and subscribe. It's free. It's a quick click down below. I really appreciate it, and it would help me out. So until next time, I'm out.